welcome to another edition of ICRT Weekly News, your recap of the biggest and most important easy news stories of the past 7 days.
Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison says the country is under an increasing cyber attack from a sophisticated state-based cyber actor, but he would not name who was responsible. He said he made the threat public to raise awareness and wanted potential targets to raise their defenses. He says the attacks targeted a range of sectors, including all levels of government, critical infrastructure, politics, health, and education. Morrison would not comment on the inevitable speculation that the cyber attacks were part of Australia's increasingly hostile rift with China. Australia's foreign minister this week accused China of using the anxiety around the pandemic to undermine Western democracies by spreading disinformation online, prompting China to accuse Australia of disinformation.
India and China are seeking to de-escalate tensions after flexing their muscles in a clash along a disputed border high in the Himalayas that left 20 Indian soldiers dead. Chinese officials say yesterday that both sides had agreed to peacefully resolve their Himalayan border tension through dialogue. The foreign ministry in Beijing said India should not take unilateral actions that might complicate the situation. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said in a speech Wednesday that India wants peace but is capable of giving a befitting reply. He has called a meeting of India's major political parties on Friday to discuss the China situation. India officials say 20 Indian soldiers died of severe injuries, but no shots were fired because neither side's patrolling soldiers carry firearms, in accordance with the terms of the unresolved border dispute. It was the worst violence since 1962, when a war between the two sides in the Himalayan area ended with an uneasy truce. In a major victory for the LGBT community, the conservative-leaning U.S. Supreme Court has ruled that it's illegal for an employer to fire an employee over their sexual orientation or gender identity. The justices voted 6-3 that the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which bans job discrimination on the basis of sex, also applies to sexual orientation and transgender status. The ruling by the Supreme Court states that an employer who fires an individual merely for being gay or transgender defies the law.
And that's the most important easy news for this week. Remember, if you want more English practice, you can check out these English learning videos here. And if you like what you saw, 不要忘了按赞、订阅，还有开启小铃铛。